Welcome back, my Jedi friends. In today's episode, we discuss the greatest trick the narcissist plays is making everybody around you think that they don't exist. And as you'll know from the backdrop, if you've ever seen The Usual Suspects, this comes directly from a quote of Kaiser Soze. The greatest trick the devil plays is making everybody think that they don't exist. Now, we're going to talk about probably the most destructive aspect of dealing with narcissism here. And I've talked about narcissism at length, the different aspects of it, but there's one particular aspect that only someone that's been on the receiving end will fully understand. And that is the ability that a narcissist has to be wonderful and lovely to everyone else but save their special asshole nature for you, just for you. All of their favorite tricks, just for you, my friends, just for you. Now, this isn't always true, but for a lot of people that have had to undergo narcissistic abuse, narcissists do a fairly good job generally of being all things to everyone else, of being the party animal, of being the person that everyone loves, of putting up a false face. And a narcissist is very good at this and can do it. But the thing is, the mask will come off occasionally. So over time, you'll start to see a little crack here, a little crack there. But the worst thing that people that have to undergo some sort of narcissistic issues in their lives is playing this game of the two personality types that show up. The one when all your friends or other people are around, and the one they save just for you, that you get to see, that you get special ringside seat for, where the mask comes off and the cruelty starts. The cruelty starts, my Jedi friends. Now, this is something that happens over years. Now, especially if, like myself, you've grown up with a narcissistic parent, that this will be part of your conditioning. You'll have known this from a young age. And it's very well done. I mean, growing up, all of my friends, oh, your mother's such a wonderful woman. She's so lovely. And she was to all of them whenever they used to go round. And this was my issue growing up. No one actually believed of the stuff that I was having done to me in the privacy of the one-on-one. And anyone that's been in a narcissistic relationship will know this dynamic. That at the start it's just you. So by the time your friends wake up to it and start to see the cracks, it's probably well down the line and there's probably a lot of damage done. The problem is, as an empath, you start to believe the opinions of others based on the false perception, which is why you probably stay in a narcissistic relationship longer than is strictly speaking necessary. But it is this trait, and it's this trait alone that is the one that absolutely goes the deepest. It goes in the deepest when the worst case scenario is you might start questioning your entire reality. You start questioning everything because all of your friends, or certainly a lot of them in the early years. Now, this is just very specific because the longer you're in a narcissistic relationship, the more likely it is that the mask will come off and your friends will start to see it. Usually, by the time your friends start to say you need to get out, then you're well past the point of where you should have got out. But the thing is, it's so easy to get caught. So, for an empath, you want to see the best in people. You want to think that people can be reasoned with. You assume, and this is a big mistake, that everybody has empathy. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, they absolutely don't. And this is what the killer is. This is worse than prison because you are a prisoner. You are a prisoner to your reality, and only you understand it. And being an empath, you'll start to blame yourself because another thing a narcissist is very good at in these situations is taking all the things that they're doing to you and saying you're the one that's doing it. It's you. You're the one that's being manipulative. No, it's you're the one that's being unreasonable. No, I told you not to do this and you did it anyway. It's all because of you. All of this behavior is because of you. This mirror that the narcissist does. It's a mirror. They manage to tell you who they are by accusing you, my Jedi friends, of exactly the sort of shit that they are throwing in your direction. And the longer you stay in it, the more your mental health will disintegrate. Absolutely disintegrate, obliterate, my friends. And this is why so many empaths get caught in long-term narcissistic relationships. Because once you're trapped, there's almost a Stockholm syndrome thing about it. You think that the person causing you pain is your friend. They convince you that they're your friends. They convince you that they're the only ones that are putting up with your lunacy. And they're the ones that caused it in the first place. They're the ones that caused it in the first place, my Jedi friends. And you need to wake up. Now, this video is not about judgment of anyone because I have tolerated narcissism longer than anybody, or not longer than anybody, but as long for a lot of my life. It took me to wake up to this a hell of a long time, way longer than I wish I had. And my hope and desire for this video and creating this content is that it will catch you at a point where you'll start to wake up. Because let's flip this. Let's flip the energy of this. Narcissism's evil and you are a victim. No, you're not, my Jedi friends. Now we're going to flip the energy of this conversation. You've been stuck in this situation because you needed to wake up. Now, part of waking up for an empath, for a light worker, for a healer, for somebody that's good with people, part of the awakening process is starting to see who's who. And if you haven't woken up to narcissists around you, then you need extra pressure on you. You're like a diamond. So the situation you're in is diversely or conversely correlated to how much you need to wake up or how much the universe needs you to wake up. So if you're surrounded by narcissists at the moment, increasingly boss level ones, then it's because you've not yet created boundaries in your life and developed the ability to see narcissism for what it is and to develop a skill set to deal with that. Now, for most empaths, this involves becoming the part of you that you never knew existed. But the important part is it is within you. And a lot of empaths deny any of the darker elements of who they are. And the narcissists will keep coming until you embrace your own inner darkness. Now, here we go. We've talked about narcissism, what they do to you, how they question your mental health, how they do unfair things. But what they're actually trying to do, and they're not actually, well, they're not thinking about doing this, but what the bigger picture is to wake you up. It's to wake you up so you can clearly learn to identify people with no empathy, people that can't be helped, people that are going to waste your time, people that are going to crush your self-confidence, people that are going to make you wish you were dead, because narcissistic relationships will kill you slowly. And the thing about narcissism, they don't actually want to kill you. They just want to keep you at such low energy that you never have the fight in you to get out. That's the game, my Jedi friends. That's the game. It could be wake up time. The awakening process is all about understanding that narcissism is there in your life for a reason. And until you wake up to it, till you explore your darker aspects, till you get clear boundaries in your life, until you learn to fight your corner and exit stage left when your boundaries are being violated, then you'll get increasingly boss level narcissists in your world, and they will keep probing and probing and probing, my Jedi friends. They will probe you until you either kill yourself or you develop that backbone and you bounce. You explore your darker aspects. You learn to stand your ground. You learn to exit. You learn not to tolerate bad behavior. And you get much better at seeing people for who they are and not what you want them to be. Their life, the lesson. You cannot change the narcissist. The narcissist is there to help you to change yourself. And this is the lesson that most empaths have to wake up to. And that is what the awakening process is about. You have to awaken, my Jedi friends. You have to wake up to this dynamic. And you have to stop blaming everybody else or the narcissist, because the real issue here is within you. True awakening comes when you take full responsibility for your own energy, for your own life, and your own results. And you start treating yourself like a much better friend so that you can do what you need to do, you can say what you need to say, and can go where you need to go in order to feel better. And until you learn those boundaries and where that limit is, then you'll increasingly attract boss level narcissists in your life who will convince your friends and family that they're wonderful, that they're wonderful. But if they've gone to the point where your friends and family are starting to see that they're not wonderful, then you have definitely been trapped in that relationship for way too long, my Jedi friends, and it could be time to exit stage left. And if you find yourself in this quandary, then you definitely need to subscribe to this channel because it's full of resources to help you on your awakening journey. And you can do that just there. There's another video just there. And if you look in the description of here, you'll see a few links to resources like my Jedi Training Academy, which if you're really ready to step up, then that is what I would be looking at. But either way, my Jedi friends, I wish you well, escape this lunacy and enjoy the rest of your life.